So we're back at it again with the anime simps, and I swear, like, the level of delusion is through the roof on some of these. Like, it's bad enough that these girls don't exist, right? Like, let's start there. The first hurdle is that they don't exist. They're not real. All right, we all know this. We've all seen it. They're not real. But let's say, for argument's sake, that they are real, right? Let's put ourselves deep into the mind. Everyone to put on their thinking caps. Let's put ourselves into the mind of an anime girl simp, and let's pretend that she could be real, right? It's gonna be hard, but let's pretend that she could be real. The name, like, this person is a thief, right? The name Cat Burglar is in her name, and if you've watched anime, right, and you enjoy anime, then you know who I'm talking about. It's not like I'm not giving you the clues here. Cat Burglar is in her epithet, so you would think that that would be enough to turn you off and be like, oh, she's a thief, she's a cat burglar. I don't want that. I wouldn't want a girl like that in real life. And once again, she's not real. So with that being said, everybody, please just stand up, take off your hats, bow your heads. Let's have a moment of silence because we have lost another soldier in this war against simps. So with E3 having just happened this week, I thought, why not make a video where I share some of the games either at or around E3 that have piqued my interest for this year. Keep in mind, these are not in any particular order. It's just 5 of the games that I'm excited about the most. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with number 1 on this list, Battlefield 2042, and holy shit, am I hyped for this game. It's been many years since a first-person shooter has got me this excited. Like, I think the closest in recent memory would be like Modern Warfare from 2019, but even that is a far cry from what I feel for this game. Like, I'm definitely hyped. I'm getting Black Ops vibes, like with all the drones and tech and semi-futuristic aesthetic of the game. It definitely has me hopeful for, like, what's to come, the gameplay and everything. Like, I can't, but when I saw the trailer, my mind was actually blown. Like, I felt like that meme that you see on YouTube where it's like you wake up and it's 2012 and Black Ops 2 is like just releasing. Like, I cannot wait to play this game, and that's definitely why it's on this list. Going into number 2, we have Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, this one is a little rough for me in particular because I still have PTSD from when my mom used to beat the brakes off me as a kid in Mario Golf on the GameCube, but nevertheless, I will push through and go beyond my limits. Now, all jokes aside though, I do love party games because as a gamer, while I do love playing my RPGs by myself, and I do love playing, my highly competitive shooters like Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, etc., I also enjoy just being able to sit on the couch, like, with some friends around some snacks, drinks, whatever, and we just play, like, party games, like Mario. And, I haven't played a Mario Golf game in ages. And speaking of competing with friends, the new speed golf mode is really what sold me on this because I like the idea of everybody teeing off at the same time and then you're just racing down the lane to see who can get their ball into the hole first, and then you have all these abilities that you can use to knock people's balls away or knock them back, whatever the case may be. They have little hazards on the courses. That stuff actually interests me, and now I'm gonna buy the game just because of that. I think it drops next month, so I'm gonna see if I can't get some of my friends to buy it and then we play against each other. Maybe I'll toss some gameplay up on the channel. At number 3, we have Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, I've never actually played any of the Ace Attorney games. I do have friends who have played and they enjoyed it, but the games, I just never seen enough gameplay of it for me to actually get hyped and want to buy it. Seeing it in the store, like seeing the cases of the games and everything on the shelves, did kind of pique my interest over the years, but it would usually get pushed aside by whatever other major title was releasing. However, this trailer, watching their little segment E3 this year, it kind of changed my perspective on it. Like, one of the things that actually sold me on it and made me want to buy it was being able to see how you can use deduction, logic, and reasoning and your own arguments to kind of change the tide of how the case is going and actually get the jury to second guess themselves, second guess their own opinions. And just like that, at the drop of a hat, you could be tipping the scales of justice, you know, from guilty to not guilty or to innocent or whatever the case may be. And you can actually see the physical representation of those scales moving up and down as the case goes on and as you support your argument more. So it's definitely something, it's definitely a different type of gaming experience from what I'm used to. Yeah, I do play a lot of choice-based games and I do play a lot of visual novels, but this is definitely something that's far from where I've ever played, and I'm actually pretty hyped to, you know, just jump onto it, just to actually play it. It'll be something different, you know. It's different from the normal RPG or shooter that I always play. I think it drops next month too, so I'll definitely try to pick that up, maybe even put some gameplay of that up on the channel, just to change things up from what I normally have. Number 4, Halo Infinite. Now, this is honestly a toss-up. I may get it at launch, or I may not. Honestly, Halo Infinite just hasn't done very well at getting me excited for it. And I've been a long-time Halo fan, but between talks of designers leaving the project and this being a soft reboot of the franchise, even though I feel like the storyline of Halo 5 was left unfinished, it's just... the hype is not there. It really isn't. As far as like all the games on this list and as far as how big of a name the Halo franchise is, it's just Infinite isn't doing it for me. And I'm not one of those Halo fans who's like, oh, I love everything from Halo 1 to Reach and then everything else can go fuck itself. It's like, no, I genuinely enjoy all the Halo games, and I'm pretty sure that after playing this one I'll enjoy it too. It's just that there are a lot more games that seeing them and hearing about them, you know, I genuinely just want to go to the store right now, give them my money, and play the game. Halo Infinite is just not one of those games. I honestly could wait a whole year, maybe even 2 after it's released and get it and probably still get the same amount of enjoyment, still have the same perspective on the game that I have about it right now. But that being said, there are some aspects of it that I am looking forward to, like the free open world type thing. I know Gears 5 did that, and I actually liked that part of the game. I thought it was interesting that they added that into a shooter, so I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I may get it at launch, I may not, but right now it's a toss in the air, especially with Battlefield 2042 dropping this fall. If Halo drops this fall too, plus you know, obviously we'll probably have a Call of Duty, so Halo honestly might just get pushed to the side, at least for this year. I'll probably get it next year. Lastly on this list, we have Elden Ring, and I'm fairly new to the Souls style of gaming. Dark Souls 3 was actually my first one, and then I just kind of worked my way backwards, which I actually hate starting with sequels and going backwards. But I still really enjoyed the Souls style of play, and I'm actually happy that we're getting another one. Like, I've been looking forward to playing more and more Souls-like games, so I'm really excited that we have one coming out here, you know, in the near future. I think the actual release is like January or somewhere around there. But with that being said, like I said, I'm really excited for it. And what really piques my interest about this game is that it looks, at least from the trailer, it looks like it has more of an open world construct versus the Dark Souls standard linear path with arena elements in it. I actually like that feeling of having an open world to go out and explore, and hopefully, you know, it might not fit within the actual Souls lore and, you know, universe and the way that it works, but hopefully we'll get more NPC interaction and more of an RPG element for the sake of more dynamic lore and story construction, as well as having very dynamic and challenging bosses. I've definitely heard about, you know, dynamic weather in the game, where for one player it might be raining in a certain area and for another player it might not, you know, kind of changing up aspects of the game and the way that it plays across different saves. I kind of like that, and I'm really hopeful, and, you know, it adds something new to that Soul style of play. So who knows, maybe I mean, this might take up most of my time gaming wise next year if it ends up being as good as everyone expects it to be, and I'm pretty hopeful for it. Alright guys, that's it for this video. 5 games that I am looking forward to releasing. Real quick, if you like this video, smash that like button and share with your friends. Also, I will drop the trailers for each game in the description in case you missed it and want to check them out, and I will see you all next time.
You know I'ma work until I pass